Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Bringing you another EVO 10 video. In our last video, we sent our we got our engine all ripped down, and we got everything packed up and ready to ship off to Mazworks. So while we're waiting for our engine block to get done and a bunch of other stuff, I shipped out my crank, my pistons, rods, and my flywheel, all to get balanced. So we're going to be doing a short block build here soon when we get all of our parts back, but in the meantime we're going to be doing some stuff on the car leading up to our engine build. So we're going to be doing bits and pieces here and there. I'm going to have parts come in from all over. So actually what we're doing today is something I was actually supposed to be in my second video. We did the plate shuffle for the rear diff for the EVO 8 and 9. We finally got our axles in. It's been waiting 2 months, maybe even more. This was, like I said, it was supposed to be my second video, and actually just came in the mail yesterday. So I'll bring you over here and we can show you. These are 900 horse axles made by DSS. This is the same size for like the Rally R and the RS for the EVO 10s. So these are 900 horse axles. Hopefully it can handle everything I'll be able to throw at it. I have some other stuff. I have control arms adjustable, and I have toe arms adjustable, and then I have my diff all put together, new seals. I got my conversion plate on the back. I got everything tidied up. I got it painted. So we're gonna go ahead and get that in today. I got the car pulled in here. We got her on the rack, and let's get started. All right, now that I got the cotter pins on both sides off, we're gonna get the axle nuts off. They are 32 millimeter, and then we're gonna push out the axles a little bit, make sure they're all loose and not seized up in the knuckle. So now we're gonna get up, we're gonna put it up in the air. We're gonna take the back section of the exhaust off so we can get to all the bolts for the rear diff, and can do control arms. We get the control arms folded down, and then we can pop out our axles and get to pulling the stiff. All right, so to take it off, we have, if you want to get under here, there's this right here. We have this one and this one, both mounts that'll hold the back end of that up. So there's just gonna be 2 bolts. So my exhaust, at least, this is an HKS. I had to take the other section out because it was just with not having the downpipe and the turbo in the front to hold it up there. I didn't want to let it hang, so I took that piece off. You don't normally have to, but I got my little test pipe just kind of secured here so I don't ruin my sensors. I got my wideband and my regular O2 sensor that'd be hanging. I figured it's just easier. So, all right, now we got the exhaust off. We are going to, let's see here. We got 2 mounts, or yeah, 2 braces here. We have a brace here and a brace here. We're gonna get those off, and actually before we do that, we're gonna drain the rear diff here. We're gonna have 2 different fluids, or 2 different drains. We're gonna have a drain here and a drain here. This is gonna be for your ACD, and this is gonna be your normal gear oil. So we got 2 plugs there, and I'm gonna get those out and we can let it drain. In case you're wondering, this is a 10 millimeter Allen for both of them. So. While we're dealing with drippy fluids, our ACD lines here, and they come up over to these right here. They got these threaded fittings here. So we're gonna take it off here and here, and we're gonna loop this line around. That way we can keep the ACD pump still in there, deal with any codes, and it'll be easier that way. And then we'll just completely take these lines out. Now I got this taken apart. We're gonna bring this down take this one off here. We're just gonna take this and we're gonna loop it around. So I'm kind of doing the most detailed I can. I have looked, before I even planned on doing this, before I wanted to do the whole YouTube thing, I was kind of looking, searching, and you know, what I could find on these swaps before I actually did it, before I bought all the parts to do it. And I didn't find, I mean, I found out ways to do it, I found out here and there, but they weren't like super detailed. I could find bits and pieces if I looked up here and there, but I wanted to kind of be as thorough as I can. That way people that really want to know can be, you know, one place. They know exactly beginning to end what it entails to actually do the whole thing, so they don't have to guess, you know, do I have to do this or do I have to do that? Well, I gotta search somewhere else. So that's kind of the meaning. This video is gonna be a little bit longer, but I want you to 100% know exactly what you're doing by the time you're finished this video. We're gonna go drive shaft here. It's 14 on both sides. No, 14 on the nut side, 12 on the other side. I got all the bolts out. Just give it a little gentle tap there. In most cases, you take this bolt off for here, and then you just let the arm swing down, and then you can, you know, you can move this out of the way to get your axles out. Since I'm replacing all this stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and do it all. So I'm gonna remove both sides of the arm and get the arm out. So.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Alright, so here we have our side-by-side comparison. The EVO 10 ACD and the EVO 8-9 rear diff. So definitely you can tell the difference in the size. Definitely a lot smaller, but I think in the long run, I'm very excited for this, especially with me doing the clutch plates. Yeah. So today is actually a different day. We had to cut out the last video because, well, what I thought was the rally art rear cover. I thought I could just put that on my EVO 8 diff. I had an EVO 8 diff cover for the last one, but it was cracked. And I figured I'll just buy a Rally Art or use Rally Art one and it should fit. Well, when I got it all bolted up in there, turns out that it was pretty short. So we had to cut the video out there. I went and ordered a brand new EVO 8.9 bracket and the EVO X install here, or the EVO X install bracket. So I got that. It's just your regular stuff. I had to put a new vent in it, or at least I pulled the vent out of this one. There's just 3 bolts. Bolts that in, and here I'll show you. Try to get a comparison. So this would bolt in. This is that mount that goes into the rear subframe here and here. If you were to kind of put that, you want to come on top. If you were to kind of do that, see it's short. And out here, let's try to give a measurement. Just something inches short, nonetheless. So I went ahead and ordered that, and while I was waiting for that, I actually drilled out my bushings. My stock bushings are gone. I'm doing all poly mounts, and these are torque solutions. I'm also doing a solid billet mount in the back, which I don't have in yet, but we're going to put this in anyways because I can install it as long as I leave the exhaust out. I can install it from the back forward. So another thing is doing the swap. The holes here to mount your drive shaft are smaller. I got the bolts laid out here. So these are the stock EVO 10 bolts to hold in the drive shaft, and these are the EVO 8 and 9. So if you look at that, they do not fit. So you have to have those in here. Oh, that's a different hole. See, those fit real nice and tight and snug. So another thing with these bushings, I got the bigger ones on the top. There's actually 2 different sizes. Here, I'll pull them out. They just pop in. You just push the other ones out. So they're actually, one is bigger and one is smaller. I put the smaller one on the bottom and the bigger one on the top. You know, I'm not actually 100% sure. I couldn't find any info on it. Also, another thing I'm doing is ditching these mounts. The mounts so it mounts like this to the bottom of your old one, and then the inner piece hits in here. Well, if you do it like that, there's a cone and there's a lot of space in there. So if it were to slide down, I'm thinking that it would slide through. It may not, I don't know. I picked up a washer. Picked up a washer that'll fit here, so that it'll cover all of it. Obviously it goes under it, but just for showing purposes. So that is that, and yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so getting the control arms and the sway arms are kind of a task. Not gonna lie, not exactly thrilled how those went in. We're definitely gonna be getting a different set. Probably some Megan Racings or something else. These are just something to hold me over for now. But yeah, we got the rear diff in, we got it all mounted, we got our axles in, we got our tow arms here, tow arms and control arms. I'm gonna leave all this stuff loose for when we get the engine in. I can get it up on the alignment rack and get it all aligned. But yeah, there it is. We're gonna come back soon. I just put the bolt in there for now. Right here is where my billet mount will go, and I'll be able to just press it in through there, put our bolt in. And then I'm gonna fill it up with fluid, and the back end of the car is gonna be done. Besides the exhaust, got to throw the exhaust back on. I'm just gonna wait until I have it back up in the air, it'll be fine. So we got all of our stuff sent out. We got our block sent out, obviously it was in the last video. We're gonna have, or we already sent the heads out, all that stuff's machined. Unfortunately, with all the COVID stuff, it's gonna be taking a while. I'm not exactly sure how long is a while. They say 4 to 6 weeks, but we definitely got a lot of other stuff we can do on the car before we get the engine back. And also, I'm going to be doing a parts reveal soon. I can show you all the turbo kit I got. When I get my pistons and rods back, I'll show you what kind of pistons and rods I got, all the stuff that's going in the head. So that's all going to be coming up really soon. We're going to be doing some other stuff in the interior, getting the engine bay all ready to go so we can get everything back on the road, which I am so stoked for. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Check out all this stuff. Till next time.